your ships start leveling up, the differences in the fights, which is kind of interesting. But after that, I probably won't be posting a ton of Battlefleet because I'll flood the channel too much. What I'm going to try to do is try to get highlights of that. So you can Google it, Aqua. It's like forge.gg or something like that, or you can get game recording software Forge. You probably figured it out. But it's a very convenient way for me to make very small clip videos, like almost instantly, without having to do much of the editing process. And these fights are short enough that the highlights from those fights is going to be a thing that I can post easily on my YouTube. So, all right, Dominator leveled up, good. More points in Commissars, perfect. And the Battlecruiser leveled up, same deal. Maxed out Commissars. We'll start picking up Servitors next. For the cooldown on Nova Cannons. And the Lunar is still sitting here. I'm not sure what I'm doing with that yet, so that's fine. The Lunar was actually carrying us in the early game because of the point value of it. Matches perfectly with the Dauntless for the 250 fight. So yeah, Aqua, I think it will save you some effort for Battlefleet. It won't help with Civ because the highlights are shorter than that, but it ought to help for that. How many battle cruisers should you run? Battle cruisers are actually fairly bad. All right, so we're counting our first Eldar fleet at 600. We want to bring Nova Cannons for this shit because otherwise we can't do damage to them. And we'll bring some level 5 Dauntlesses to try to get them up to level 6. We don't need the shield bonus versus Eldar. It doesn't do anything. Eldars don't have shield. So the question was, how many battle cruisers should you bring? Well, battle cruisers have the same hit points and same shields as a cruiser. What battlecruisers do is they have heavier weaponry, generally in terms of range, not so much in terms of DPS. So basically battlecruisers are longer range cruisers, but they cost a shit ton more points. So I don't really think you want to bring battlecruisers in general, except if you have some reason for that. Like if you can use a range setup, battlecruisers tend to be a little bit better at it than cruisers are. If you're not using a range setup, it's not all that important. For me as an Imperial right now, what I'm trying to do with this fleet is I'm trying to get as many Nova Cannons as I can. I think we might still lose this. We don't have overcharged shields. I might start dropping taunt on these ships. Taunt isn't seeming to help me as much as I ought to, because I'm not in a position to really utilize it versus these guys and do anything, because everyone's just kiting me at range, which is fine. I mean, we have Nova Cannons for when they kite me at range. It's just you don't have Nova Cannons to start with, which makes it really painful. So we'll see. We'll see what we do with this. How much damage we can do. Maybe I'll try some taunts here, but I might have to switch over to supercharged shields to help deal with pulsars, because pulsars are fucking absurd. Alright. I will auto-identify to start with. We'll turn on lightning strikes. We'll have to see what favors. Alright, so we're seeing a battlecruiser, of course. He doesn't have favors on it yet, though, which is good. Which means he doesn't have one of the favors gives 30 resistance to lightning strikes, and one of the favors gives 20 resistance to lightning strikes and boarding, which is super fucking irritating. So he doesn't have that yet, which is good. So we can turn on autocast lightning strike. If he had the one that gave 30 resistance to lightning strike, we should use boarding actions, even if we don't hit them very often. Probably. Alright, I wonder what this stuff is. It's probing me. That was a frigate. Yes, Admiral. Is that really 3 shots? No. There's the other shot. Don't run into that mine, please. Underway. Ship ready. I don't want this guy out front. Turn those back on autocast. I use reload to reduce the cooldown on Nova Cannons. He wants to scout me so he can start doing damage, that's fine. At your command. Helm coordinates acknowledged. Pretty shot at this guy here. This is the problem with auto launch, I guess. Activating tactical cogitators. Oops, shit, wrong one. Cruising speed set. Understood. Oh, he's gonna stand in it. Oh, no, he's just waiting. Okay. is it? That's the frigates, that's fine.
Ship ready. Burn retros.
Wrong button.
Speed set.
I was just trying to turn off boost. Alright, here comes pulsars. For fucking maximum bullshit.
Resuming.
We need to see these guys. Alright. Make this guy priority 1. Get his generators. 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 Started a fire. Let's put damage on there if we can. Need to take this fire off. Let's taunt this guy if we can and just burn. And since he's taunted, let's throw a bomb over there. Let's taunt this guy. Bomb him up. Burn. Let's see. Not gonna ram there, so let's wait. Almost straight up killed the battlecruiser in one volley of pulsars. This is why fucking pulsars are bullshit. We do have, he's gonna get hit by that bomb, great. No, we got hit by our own bomb there, it's less great. Rammed ourselves. Amazing. I hit him with a Nova Cannon. Good. He's taunted. Taking shit tons of damage. Good. He just killed out a lot of his pulsars right there. Really important for us. Lightning strike hit us. Okay. He's not paying any attention to that, so good. He probably will in a second here, but maybe not. Not paying any attention to that. Nova Cannon's up.
Ship ready. Changing course.
Can't run from Nova Cannons.
Understood. Engines to maximum. Your orders. And your command. Cruising speed set. Ship ready.
There goes his pulsars. It's fine.
Cruising speed set. Underway.
Maybe we can cut off his angle and get a lightning strike on him. That'd be good.
Engines hot.
Nope.
All ahead full. Setting course.
He just uses pulsars so we can afford to get a little overextended with the battlecruiser.
At your command.
Nova Cannon's up. Great.
Awaiting orders.
When's our last one up? 4 seconds.
Cruising speed set.
He wants to come Nova Cannon me. Or not Nova Cannon me, pulsar me. Alright, bro.
Orders received. At your command. Ship ready. Your orders.
Nice.
Cruising speed.
Still got his frigate up.
Yes, Admiral. Changing course. Reloading.
Okay. Does ships repair hull? Yes, you can repair hull. It's they don't do it automatically. You have to use emergency repairs. That repairs 2 per second for 45 seconds, and it puts out any fires when you activate it. So if you have tons of time on your hands and like you're not being engaged at all, then just using those on cooldown is fine. A lot of times you want to use it right after the fire though, because the fire does more, either equal to or more damage than that repairs for. So if you have just used that, if you just use that on cooldown, the first time you catch fire, you're going to take more damage than it actually repaired. So most of the times I try to save emergency repairs for right after I catch on fire. Well, I didn't notice our. I mean, this is hilarious, right? Like they nerfed all the hollow shield shit. Well, hollow shields or hollow fields didn't protect versus Nova cannons before, and they don't protect versus Nova cannons now. They still protect versus everything else, and I didn't notice the rest of my weapons doing any damage. Maybe a little bit at very close range when he was taunted and ran into us like that. Maybe we did a little bit of damage there, but the rest of that's not doing any damage. So it's still just the Nova cannons carrying us on this. That's fine though. Okay. No problem, Kopic. Another Eldar player. Well, 660, which means he's very level. This is a 600 point match, but 660 means his admiral is much higher than mine. Data recovery defender. Ugh. Alright. Well, I think with a point value there. Too bad I don't have my second battlecruiser slot yet. I'd definitely run double Nova Cannon battlecruisers for this. I don't know if we win this. Because this is slightly different. He doesn't have to kill me. All he has to do is tag me once with a lightning strike and then run away. That's all he has to do. But you guys saw how useless plasma bombs were versus Eldar there. I think I hit 1 out of like 5. It's because they're too maneuverable. You can't hit them with that. So whereas plasma bombs are fucking phenomenal versus Orc and pretty decent versus Imperial and decent versus Chaos, they're terrible versus Eldar. Alright, so I'm going to use the deployment I end up using when I'm fighting top level Eldar in the beta, which is I'm going to pick a corner of the map with no fucking clouds for the Eldar to hide in, right about here, and I'm going to refuse to move out of that corner. And I'm going to do that so my Nova Cannons are always facing them, so that they can't kite around the side. If I deny them 3/4 of the space they can use, or well, I guess it wouldn't be really 3/4. Hold on, we'll talk about the actual percentage in a moment, if you like. But something like this. So they can't maneuver in this space at all. If your ship goes out of the boundaries of the map, it still flies, but you can't use maneuvering thrusters and you can't really control it. So if he floats around the back here, he can't fucking do anything to me. So we're going to sit like this. This guy can be control 4, control 3, frontal, control 4. You could do 12k frontal, and these guys, I guess make it 3k frontal, so I want to chase if I lose the data there. And then where are the cruisers? These two. Okay. All right. And we're not fucking moving out of here.
Your orders? At your command. Ship ready.
We're gonna eat pulsars here. This is where I wish I had invulnerability shields for the first round.
Underway. Setting course.
Don't auto-cast your lightning strikes in this version.
Helm coordinates acknowledged. Enemy ship sighted.
Then we have level 8 light cruiser. It's fine. Rip. He's got to come here for my data.
Awaiting orders. Course plotted. Changing course.
Let's try some taunt spam. See if we can get cannons down on it. Alright, now that the cruiser's in here. Make him fucking walk into this corner and hurt. And every time he leaves the corner, give him fucking Nova Cannons. Every time he turns around, give him Nova Cannons. Save our lightning strikes. We're gonna eat pulsars. We can't really do anything about that right now.
At your command.
Happy to taunt that guy up. Maybe we can do some damage to him, make him target 1. Just hit ourselves with a Nova Cannon. Rip.
Underway.
And just refuse to give him access to this guy.
Targeting enemy. Setting course. Changing course. Course plotted.
Alright, that's what I'm waiting for. Put out fires.
Waiting orders.
This pulsar missed.
Orders received. Cruising speed set. Engines hot. Target.
He just stopped moving. I don't know why. Oh, he's trying to kill my guys now. He's too close to me. You can't do this as Eldar. You can't brawl as Eldar.
Cruising speed set. For the Emperor. At your command. Engines to
So capitulate right there. Yep. Rep. Come into my corner where you can't fucking maneuver and you have to stand and get shot at by all my ships. You can only do that on like defense missions though. But alright, all of our ships survived. Experience for all of our captains, which is great. I don't think he was very pleased with that. Alright, how do I want to upgrade this Dauntless? Well, I want ratings on the Dauntlesses. They're close, they get crushed by boarding stuff, so it's nice to have a little bit of extra defense there. The Dominator just leveled up again. Let's go ahead and... Dominix is an Eve ship, and I played Eve so long that I see like the prefix of that ship, and I'm like, oh, the Dominix. Oh wait, Dominator. Okay. Alright. What are we doing for the next round upgrades on Dominators? Probably we should run Advanced Cogitator linkages. It makes longer duration on reload. But I don't know if the longer duration on reload helps us or not. I can't remember how long that lasts for. Additional lightning strikes is pretty good. Additional shield generators isn't terrible. Really depends what type of fights we're expecting to have. I'm going to leave the slot unassigned for now, I think, until I have a better sense of what the meta is going to be and how I want to specialize the ships. I can start thinking about favors for my cruisers if I want. I have enough. I could favor both of the Dominators. I could switch the Lunar over to a Dominator too. And the Plasma Bombs actually weren't terrible there, surprisingly. Mostly because he was trapped into fighting in such close quarters. Alright, 250 cruiser clash. So I guess I just didn't get rid of the Lunar quite yet. This is against a newbie Admiral. It's versus Eldar too. No Nova Cannons though, so I have no defense versus his kiting. So we will bring... It's not going to change what we bring. We don't really have any options for that. We'll bring the Lunar. I don't think one Nova Cannon really is adequate for dealing with anything, so we're not going to bring him. Let's bring the other Dauntless here. The level 5 one. Go. How long did I play Eve? 5 or 6 years, something like that. I have Eve videos on my YouTube, The Real Lyric, if you're curious. I played under the character name Endless Aversion, and I did a lot of solo and small gang PvP. So a lot of solo stuff, a lot of like 2 and 3 man gang stuff. And I didn't fly frigates because I fucking hated ships that small. The goal I had in Eve was to be in a ship that could engage anything I encountered and escape or win a fight. And I have a lot of video footage with that. A lot of low-sec PvP, because I think low-sec was the best spot to find PvP that wasn't stupid. Like, I see people do Eve PvP nowadays, and I see a lot of, like, 0-0, like, frigate roaming, and it's just boring to me. Like, I'm glad you're getting some fights in a frigate, but it's like they kill, like, one other frigate, and then they get blobbed by 15 guys. My goal was always to be the person, either the last person on the field, or escape the field and not die, which is what I like to do in Eve. So I have a lot of content up on that. So, just haven't played it in years. I really enjoyed the game, but I don't think I'd go back. I'm hoping Crowfall is going to be as enjoyable and engaging as Eve was, but without the ridiculous delay in finding reasonable fights. Okay, this is kind of like our earlier Imperial versus Eldar stuff, where I huddle in a gas cloud because I don't have any fucking weapons that can deal with them, and taunt and bomb them as much as possible. So we'll see. Try to run them over if I can. He will have additional points. This guy, like, as in this guy being me, is using all the overpowered shit. I'm playing probably what I would consider the worst race right now. Maybe Chaos being equally bad, and I'm doing that specifically because I don't want to play Eldar Pulsar game, because I don't think it's very fun. It's the most OP shit ever. Pulsars were released a week. Eldar was released a week before the beta became the release game, right? So a week before release. And for the last week, I've only, on the max level Admiral on the beta account, something like 75 to 80% of my games are versus Eldar. And it's just Eldar Pulsar spam. So Eldar took a little bit of a resistance nerf to long-range weapons, which is good, but they're still pretty much bullshit. So, we'll see. Alright, what is this? Is this like a single battlecruiser or something? Like, why are we on a 250 point match with only one unit from him? Don't know.
Changing course.
Yeah, even, well, they did nerf taunt with Eldar versus Eldar, so taunt is now better than it used to be from the perspective of Eldar. They're less vulnerable to it. Can I fucking see this ship? Is that a possibility? We're getting torpedoed. Oh, this is their cruiser. That's fine. Drew my lightning strikes. We set it on fire. He IDs us, but as soon as we stay in the cloud, we're un-ID'd again. Kind of okay with that. I'm curious what it is. Where's the rest of his fleet? Just hiding? We're Defender, right? So he doesn't win by hiding. So at the beginning of the match, he went silent running, and I just missed it. There it is. Okay. Let's move up. Two of them, 2 light cruisers and a frigate. That makes a lot more sense. He hasn't put this fire out. It does 90 damage. There he goes. He just put it out.
Ship ready.
Oops.
Cruising speed set. Yes, Admiral.
3. No. Well, he does get a point bonus. Perhaps there's more
Orders received.
out of this. If they're light cruisers, these are pulsar cruisers. The Eldar torpedo boats are pulsar boats as well. At least at the light cruiser level. We need to get some rams off.
Orders received.
But this is what Imperial gets to do when you don't have fucking Nova cannons. Because your long-range weapons don't do any damage to Eldar at all. Even if you can see them, they don't do any damage because lances and and macros don't do shit versus them.
At your command.
Alright, that's the stationary one, so we're just going to walk out of it. But I'm not leaving the gas clouds. There's no reason to do that. We're Defender, and we can't deal with him in open ground. We have to get him to close on us, and we have to hit him with what we can.
Orders received.
Get into the cloud to cloak up. There we go. Just launch torpedoes annoyingly. I can burn to deal with those.
Engines hot.
There's the pulsars, autocast pulsars. Let's try a taunt. See if we can get on top of him.
Changing course. Your orders.
There goes the blink to counter it. No, fucking ram him. Good. Got the ram off. Let's clog the field a little bit and make it harder for him to maneuver. Oh, he wants to ram me. Okay, ram me. That's fucking great news. Or float into my bomb. I don't give a shit. Whichever one you want. Pick your option. Alright. Let's turn, see if we can torp. Sit on top of that guy if we can. Target his engine, his generators. Yeah, I can't even spin this ship fast enough to keep in range to do anything. It's hilarious. Kill that. He's not microing at all. I should just die to one volley of whatever I want. Actually hit him with one of those torpedoes, I believe.
Targeting enemy vessel.
Trigger our cooldowns if we can.
Engines hot. Changing course.
Alright. Still don't want to go over there.
Waiting orders.
Make him come back to me. I don't have any way to engage him at long range, but I can't win a fight where he's just running. Oh, he's warping. That's fine.
Setting course. Yes, Admiral. Engines to maximum.
Okay. Cool. I can't upgrade for 3 times Crew Lance Crits when active order is given. They removed it from Imperial, so it's no longer an option that you can take as Imperial at all, Evo Lich. And it doesn't fucking do anything anyways, because Lances don't do shit for damage versus Eldar. Although they did get buffed between last patch and the beta for what Lances do versus Eldar, but they still don't do anything. I decided what faction is my favorite and why. I like Imperials. I like playing underdogs, and I like the Imperial ramming mentality. I kind of like they're kind of like a middle of range class. The Orcs are like the extreme, like close range, extremely slow, extreme ram based one. Chaos are like a extreme kiting class, right? And Eldar are these extreme hit and run pulsars. The Imperial are a bit more of a middle ground. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what the hell they in place that